Title 1, Lost. The air in the park was thick with the scent of cotton and the metallic tang of machinery. To Gail, it was the smell of a nightmare. "Toby!" she screamed, her voice cracking against the cheerful, syncopated rhythm of the carousel calliope. "Toby, where are you?" She pushed through a crowd of teenagers who looked at her with wide, startled eyes. They looked uncomfortable, slightly contemptuous. She saw a young man in a neon yellow staff vest. His name tag read Mark. "My son," Gail gasped, clutching Mark's forearm. Her grip was frantic, her fingernails digging into his skin. "He was right here, by the cotton candy stand. He's 4. Blue shirt, curly hair. Please. You have to call security." Mark didn't reach for a radio. He didn't blow a whistle. Instead, he placed a hand over hers, his expression softening into a look of profound, agonizing pity. "Ma'am, it's all right. Let's just step over here to the shade, okay?" "No, he's out there." She spun around, the world tilting. The primary colors of the park, red balloons, yellow flags, blue-striped awnings, became a dizzying blur. "Why aren't you looking? Why is everyone just standing there?" A woman with a stroller stopped nearby, whispering to her husband. Gail lunged toward them. "Have you seen him, my little boy? He's just a baby." The woman didn't answer. She looked at Gail's shoes, then at her husband, and pulled her own child closer. The indifference was a physical weight, crushing the air out of Gail's lungs. She felt invisible, an intruder haunting a meeting she wasn't invited to. Her heart hammered against her ribs, a frantic bird in a cage. She needed to run, to search the mirror maze, the Ferris wheel, the dark corners of the funhouse. "I'm calling the police," Gail shouted at the gathering circle of staff. "You're all just standing there. My baby is alone." She went to point a finger at Mark, to curse his inaction, but her hand froze in midair. Her hand was not her hand. The skin was paper thin, a roadmap of translucent lilac veins and brown age spots. The knuckles were swollen, the joints gnarled, like the roots of an old oak. A simple gold band sat loosely on a finger that had shrunk away from it. Gail stared at the hand. Then she looked at the other. They were both the same. Strange, ancient tools she didn't recognize. The music of the carousel seemed to slow, deepening into a low, distorted groan. The bright primary colors faded into the muted beige of a memory. "How are you settling in, Mom?" The voice echoed in her mind, clear as a bell. It wasn't the high-pitched giggle of a 4-year-old. It was the deep, resonant baritone of a man in his 50s. "The gardens here are lovely, don't you think? Sarah and the kids want to come see you on Sunday. Toby Jr. has a soccer game, but we'll be there right after." Gail looked up. The amusement park began to shift. The carousel was a small decorative birdcage in a sunlit atrium. The staff were nurses in scrubs, their faces etched with the weary patience of those who have watched others spend other days chasing shadows. Toby wasn't lost in the park. Toby was 54 years old. He had a mortgage, a graying beard, and a life that had long since outgrown the need for her to hold his hand. The panic didn't vanish. It changed contours. It turned from the sharp, cold fear of a lost child into the heavy, suffocating grief of a lost self. Gail sank into a nearby chair, a high-backed vinyl seat in the common room. She looked back down at her wrinkled hands and began to sob, the sound small and hollow against the quiet ticking of the wall clock. Subscribe to more stories. Title 2. Trapped Fiction. "I am still here," I whispered. My voice sounded like dry paper tearing in the wind. I was captured and locked in this white room a long time ago. Or maybe not. In here, time has no anchor. The light comes from a bulb. There are no windows to mark the passing of the world. Everything is white, casting no shadows for me to hide in. The door is nothing more than a seam in the wall. I only know it's there because they brought me through it. It has never opened since. I have never seen anyone on the other side. Near the bottom of the door, there's a small slide. They only open that one. It has just enough space for them to push things through. When it slides open, a tray comes in, always a cup of white rice and a glass of water. Occasionally, they push through a stack of clean white clothes and a towel that smells of nothing. I never see a person. Sometimes there is a hand in a white glove, but never more than that. It took me time to understand how things work. If I pack my old things into a neat square and leave them near the slide, they take them. If I am messy, they leave everything as it is. If I scream, nothing changes, but the silence feels heavier, pressing against my ears until they ring. The bathroom is a small, cold alcove, a toilet, a shower head that drips freezing water, a drain, no mirror. I remember when I was first captured, I started to sing to fill the vacuum. I made up stories, walking through the halls of my own memories, analyzing every face and every word. I even tried to think of something unimportant or funny, just to keep my mind from folding in on itself. But the laughter died, and then I just waited until an idea came to me. I took the glass of water from the tray and dropped it on the floor. It broke into a few clean pieces. I picked one. I cut my hand. It didn't hurt as much as I expected. The blood came slowly. I went to the wall and started writing. A, B, C, D. I kept going, one letter after another, trying to stay steady. The red looked wrong against the white. I don't remember how long I stood there. Then I woke up. I was on the floor. The tray was still there. The glass was not broken. The water was untouched. I must have fallen asleep. I sat there for a while, breathing. Then I reached for the glass again. I dropped it. It broke the same way. I picked a piece, cut my hand, went to the wall. A, B, C, D, the same letters, the same spacing. Then I woke up again. This time, I was lying on the floor. There was no tray. So I waited. I don't know how long. At some point, I thought I heard the slide. I got up and went to the door. It was closed. There was nothing there. I stood for a while, then went back and sat down. After some time, I checked again. The tray was there. I don't remember hearing it open. The rice looked the same. The water was full. I stared at the glass for a long time before touching it. I wasn't sure if it would break. I left it where it was. Later, I noticed something on the wall. Blood marks, not red, not fresh, but there. I moved closer. A, B, C, D. Some letters were missing. H, J, X. And then it continued. The spacing was uneven this time. I touched the wall. It felt dry. I looked at my hand. There was no cut. I went back to the tray. The water level was lower than before. I don't remember drinking it. I am still here, I said. It sounded normal this time. I'm not sure if that is better. Title 3. I ruined someone's gender reveal working at Party City. I ruined someone's gender reveal working at Party City. Nonfiction. Had a seasonal job working at Party City. Someone came in the morning with a big box and handed us an envelope. This was almost 10 years ago, and I've never heard of a gender revel, and no one told me what it was, when either while putting the balloon order together. The family came in to get her order, and as I was handing her the box, I said, "Congratulations on your boy." I felt the energy turn quickly, and it felt like everyone in the store was staring at me. I knew I fucked up, but didn't know how. The mom stormed out the building, and the dad just kinda didn't know what to do. I think he was just happy to be having a boy. I just got sent to the back to start stocking stuff, and later found out what a gender reveal was. I don't really remember what they did for the family, but nothing happened to me. I got fired a few weeks later, 'cause I wasn't needed anymore. I'm writing this now, as I'm holding my son, just thinking about the mom I spoiled her gender reveal for. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories. You.